I want to recreate this Maddy Perez makeup, the look from the recent episode, and that's what I'm going to do right away. First I need lip balm because my lips are so dry. I really like this lip balm and the design is so beautiful. I already did my hair, or I kind of tried to do my hair. This is her hairstyle. I kind of tried to recreate it. I did the little curl here. I put in hairpins here. I don't know how it will turn out. I'll see in the end. And of course my hair don't look like hers at all. My hair is kind of straight. Hers wasn't in the episode, but I'm kind of here to do the makeup and not the hair. You cannot learn anything from me when it comes to hair. I tried my best. This is the best I could do. But let's not focus on that. I already prepped my skin. I don't know if it's boring or something, so I just skipped it. But I always start with the toner pad. Right now I use the Judydoll toner pad, then I used a serum. I always use a vitamin C serum, then a moisturizer, and then sunscreen. And my favorite sunscreen is the Skin Aqua sunscreen, so if you've been looking for a sunscreen that always works on your makeup, I really recommend it. Alright then, let's start now. I first go in with a pot concealer. This is the one by She Glam, and I choose a darker shade because I always color correct with it first. As you can see, I have quite dark circles and they need to be gone immediately. And this concealer is so good, it's so creamy and it's never drying or cakey. Now I'm just going to blend it out a bit. So let's talk about Euphoria. I pay for HBO. I don't know why, but this is where I'm watching the current season. She's obviously in a full glam makeup and her makeup looks quite high coverage, so I used this Essence foundation, which is quite new, and this is a really good foundation. It's also very affordable and in my opinion it's quite high coverage if you layer it, but it's supposed to be a medium coverage foundation. I started watching Euphoria not at the same time when season 1 aired. I kind of wasn't interested in the series, honestly, and to be honest I only watched it when I saw the makeup. It was at that time where I was getting into colorful makeup, and then Euphoria came and I already loved colorful makeup, so I started to watch it then later on, and I loved the makeup in season 1 and also in season 2. Also it was very hyped. Everyone was like praising it, saying it was the best series they've ever watched, but honestly when I watched it then I thought it was quite overrated. I don't know why. Also this was supposed to be relatable for some people, but maybe it was realistic for some people, but I don't know, I just didn't find it that realistic considering they were all in high school whatsoever. And now I used the concealer from the same line. This is also a very good concealer and very high coverage, but I think I got a quite light shade. It might be too light for me, but I hope I can still make this work. So yeah, overall it was kind of overrated for me, but I didn't hate it, but I just didn't love it. But I still watched it anyway, and now I'm watching the newest season. I don't know, when thinking about it, I just think about how weird the director is. So I don't know what kind of fantasy he has, honestly. Now let's contour because she has quite prominent cheekbones. So yeah, when I started watching season 1, I didn't really like any character. I don't mean the actors, but the characters. So I just didn't find anyone interesting except Maddy. But some characters, they were so unnecessary. For example, that one guy, what was his name? Elliot? Now thinking back, I think his character was quite unnecessary, honestly. Now he's not even in season 3. I don't even know what happened to him. I think nothing. They just had this fight and then he kind of disappeared. I don't know if it has something to do with the actors and the series, because some didn't want to continue filming for Euphoria, so I don't know, maybe that. Like the actress of Cat also. I don't really know what's going on there because I didn't really look it up, but I heard quite some things. And also with the singer with Euphoria, he also quit, and I don't know, it feels like they're all fighting there with each other. So I don't know, maybe it was this, but yeah, I didn't find any character interesting, like I mentioned, except Maddy. Some were okay, but some were just not interesting at all. Now I'm choosing a more deeper terracotta blush because her blush is quite warm, and I thought this color would be quite fitting because it's also quite a bronzy blush shade. Like I mentioned, I'm paying for HBO. I don't even know why, because when I watched the season where Maddy appeared, I thought about recreating this makeup look, and then I made a screenshot on my iPad and the screenshot went black. I'm guessing they have this anti-piracy system, but I mean, I kind of get it, but screenshot, seriously? And also sometimes when I open the app, I have the subscription where you have ads, and it's kind of crazy because in what world do we live in that we pay for something and you still get ads and whatsoever because you don't pay enough, so pay more and you get like the best. It's so crazy. And so sometimes when I open the app, immediately there comes an ad, but it's like just a picture ad and I cannot close it. I haven't even done anything. I haven't even watched anything. And it's just this picture, this ad picture. And I thought like maybe I have to wait 30 seconds and then I can close it. But there is nothing appearing for me so I can close it. And I always have to close the entire app and then open it again. That is so weird. That's honestly so... what's going on? Like, show me an ad when I watch something or when I click on something. Okay, that's also annoying, but while I'm watching something, but not like when I just opened the app and I cannot even close it. That's why I think honestly I'm going to quit this subscription. I feel like I'm paying for like nothing because I obviously don't watch everything HBO created. I watch Euphoria, I also watch The Last of Us, but I don't really watch anything else and there isn't much to watch, so I don't know, it feels so unnecessary. Alright, so this is how my base looks. It appears so warm and orange in the camera, but I feel like this cheek area is very similar to hers, so I kind of like it. Next I use powder, and for my under eyes I use this banana powder by She Glam, only for my under eyes because her under eyes kind of look brightened, and for the rest of my face I use the Huda Beauty powder in Pound Cake, and this is banana. So yeah, I think the director is so weird. Sometimes it's just too much and sometimes it's straight disgusting, especially was it in the first episode? Yes, the first episode of season 3. I mean, I get like viewers like crave this shocking moment, but sometimes it's just too much, especially when it gets disgusting. That dog scene, it was just straight up disgusting and so unnecessary to include. Also, I feel like it's so strange how the female actresses get like treated or what they are supposed to do. And I mean, yeah, I know it's HBO, I know it's Euphoria, but it's just too much to a point where you question like the director, and I feel like it would be so weird to me if people started questioning not like my work but just me as a person completely, and questioning what kind of fantasies I have. Her eyebrows look so natural. It doesn't seem like they were drawn on. It appears like they just used a brow gel on her, so I'm just using clear brow gel. Now I'm doing my nose contour, and I feel like her contour isn't that heavy, so I try to make it more subtle. And yeah, I feel like it's quite also misogynistic when it comes to the female actresses and what they are supposed to do. Yeah, it's kind of always like this in the film industry, which is quite a huge problem, honestly, and quite sad as well. I feel like I'm complaining about everything right now, but it's just my opinion and it's just something that I think about when I watch something like that. Yeah, I feel like we get a lot of subliminal misogynistic things in movies and series, especially for me because I sometimes overanalyze everything. That is something I notice quickly, and I go over my blush a bit with a powder blush. I use this one by Daisy, and I think I'm going to use this shade because this one is a brown beige shade. And yeah, one more thing I have to complain about is I don't know why everything nowadays always have to be so graphic. I feel like nothing is shocking people anymore, so they always pull these extreme things in movies and series. I also feel like it's unnecessary that there's always so much nudity, and especially the focus is always on the women, and always like you have to see every actress nude at some point. And it's always just like that with women. And it's also very often unnecessary. There is nothing for the plot, or like when this argument comes, that it's done for it to be realistic and just about showing everything of the women and exploiting them, because I also don't think it's that realistic. It's also rarely shown how people go to the toilet, and that's what we do every day. And when it's shown, it's kind of always a bit hidden, and you also never get to see women getting their period. So that's why it's kind of a weird argument that it's done to be realistic, because then you also have to show this. So, and she has quite a heavy eye makeup, so I choose this neutral eyeshadow palette by She Glam, and I'm starting with a lighter brown shade just for the base. And back to what I was saying, I mean, when it comes to Euphoria, we obviously got to see a scene when it comes to going to the toilet, but then it was also just implied. You didn't see anything, you just heard noises. But when it comes to two people getting physical, you almost see everything, and obviously you see almost everything of the woman because the focus is only on her. And so next, I think I'm going to use this shade to create that brown like she has on her eyelids. The last episode I watched was the 3rd episode. So yeah, let me know, do you even watch Euphoria? Do you watch the newest season? How do you like it so far? What do you think about the newest episode? Because that was a mess, honestly. Especially the last scene was such a mess. Then I use a very light shade like this here to also go over the edges again. Then I also use this shade to put this in the middle of my eyelid. I think this is quite light, so I'm going to go over with a bit of a darker shade again. So yeah, when I started to watch the newest season, I noticed that the whole style of that Euphoria aesthetic, it had changed. It was so different compared to the first seasons. So they kind of changed the whole style, and I don't know what to think about it, because I honestly really liked the style they had in season 1 and season 2. I'm kind of interested how this season is going to end, because a lot are thinking that this will be the last season. So I'm kind of interested how the end is going to be. Then I'm going to use this cream black shade for my eyeliner from the She Glam Catwoman palette. And now I have to be completely quiet because otherwise I cannot do it. Also, I use a brush like this. It's kind of rounded but very thin, and it's quite easy to... This hair is driving me crazy. It's kind of easy to work with this brush. And on her makeup, the wing is connected from the inner corner to the outer corner. But I just put it here and here because I have quite hooded eyes, and it will just make my eyes so much smaller. I don't know if I'm going to redo this eyeliner. And now I'm going to use the same shade to create that under wing. It's also done very tightly on her lower lash line, but not on her waterline. So I'm just going to basically line the lower lash line like this. And now the other side. Alright, so it looks like this. I had to do it in complete silence. And now I just go over with the darker brown shade. Not too much, just to kind of blend the black out so it won't look that harsh. I mean, it should look harsh because it's the makeup look, but like when you look up close, so it will look more smooth and blended, just overall better. And now I'm going to use a beige eye pencil to line my waterline, to also go in between the two liners to accentuate the difference and make it more sharp. I think that's what makes this makeup look also so beautiful, this detail. And I think I'm going to go in the dark brown shade again and also go over the upper wing. I'm going to just slightly go over with, I poked my eye, the eyeshadow shade. Alright, next I go over with mascara slightly, not too much because I'm going to put on false lashes anyway. I use this Catkin mascara. This is very good if you have thinner, shorter lashes, and her lower lashes are also quite spiky and prominent, so I'm going to put on mascara on my lower lashes as well. And then I'm going to use these lashes. I bought them from the TikTok shop, and I go over with the lash glue all over my lid because I think this works the best when it comes to longevity. And I use the lash glue by Essence, by the way. And while the lash glue is drying, I do my lips. I use this dark lip pencil by Kiko in 36. Her lip line is very dark and it's very prominent, not smudged or anything. This is like one of my favorite lip liners. It's so cool tone, so affordable, and such a perfect shade. And her lips are matte and nude. So I'm going to use this Wet n Wild lipstick in Skinny Dipping and just go over. And so the lash glue must have dried. So I'm going to apply the lashes. And lastly, setting spray. I use this one by Essence. It has this jelly texture. That's it. And now for the hair. I know my hair isn't exactly like hers, but the focus is on the eye look anyway. I hope I at least got that curl right. Oh my god. Okay, I need to fix that a little bit. I try to fix it. It looks better now. It looks like I have a bald spot here. Go over with eyeshadow a bit. What do you think about this look? And I also think it looks so beautiful on brown eyes. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. That way you can support me, and also leave a like so I know you watched the video. So please do, that would make me very happy. And I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. See you next time.